Hello and welcome to the 2011 debut episode of Conference Chatter TV. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. My name's Eric Sorrentino. I'm the KUSports.com Big 12 blogger, and I am back for my third season of picking Big 12 football games here on Conference Chatter TV. It is great to be back. It's great to be talking football again because this offseason it seemed that there has been so many negative headlines from the Miami scandal to the LSU stuff, to all the probations. There's realignment talk again going on, but we're finally back to that time. We're playing some football. It's football's back, and I'm really excited to talk about it here. So what we do here in Conference Chatter TV is we pick every game in the Big 12. So that's what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to try to improve on the last two seasons of picking games here. In 2010, last year, I went 82-23. And in 2009, my first year of Conference Chatter TV, 81-24. So pretty similar. Let's see if I can do a little bit better than that here in my third season in 2011. Let's get right to these picks. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick every game and give you one quick thing to look for in each of these matchups. The first Big 12 game is going to be Friday when Baylor plays host to number 14 TCU. My pick for this one is TCU, and my one thing to look for is actually going to come from Baylor. How well does the Baylor defense play? Because that's why I'm taking TCU in this game. The Bears were not good defensively last year, and they hired Phil Bennett, defensive coordinator. I want to see how well Baylor plays defense. They couldn't stop anybody last year. They were ranked toward the bottom of the Big 12 in every significant defensive category last season. So can they step up? There's no Andy Dalton this year for TCU at quarterback. Maybe Baylor can make a stance defensively and prove themselves there, but I'm going to take TCU in that one. The rest of the games, most of them Saturday here. Let's go to Miami of Ohio at number 21 Missouri. The Tigers should roll in this. I'm taking Missouri, and my one thing to look for is how well new sophomore quarterback James Franklin plays in his first start here, taking over, of course, for Blaine Gabbert. Next, Louisiana Lafayette at number 9 Oklahoma State. Should be no problem for the Cowboys. I'm definitely taking them. My one thing to look for is, honestly, how long are the OSU starters going to remain in the game? Because this shouldn't be close. The Cowboys should have this wrapped up by halftime, I would think. Northern Iowa at Iowa State. My pick here is the Cyclones. I'm going with the home team here. And my one thing to look for is the first start of junior college transfer Steele Jance at quarterback for the Cyclones. He's coming off a huge season in junior college where he accumulated more than 3,600 yards and 37 scores. Can he translate that to the Big 12 level? Eastern Kentucky at Kansas State. Definitely going with the Wildcats here. My one thing in this game, how many touches for running back Bryce Brown? Because we know he has all the talent in the world, the Tennessee transfer, but Bill Snyder recently came out with his depth chart, and Brown was listed with two other guys at running back. So how is that timeshare going to be divided there at K-State? Because Brown has the talent. He hasn't displayed that he can carry the load himself yet. So let's see how that shakes out for the Wildcats, but that shouldn't be too close. Next is McNeese State at Kansas. I'm going to go with the Jayhawks here. I don't think we're going to see another North Dakota State episode, but my one thing to look for is, can the Jayhawks blow out an opponent? Because last year they only did that one time against New Mexico State. This game should be a little similar, and I don't think we're going to see that 6-3 catastrophe, if you will, that happened last year against North Dakota State. Texas State at Texas Tech. My pick here is the Red Raiders, and the one thing that I'm looking for is how much will Texas Tech run the football, because for once it seems that that's the Red Raiders' strength this season, with all 5 offensive linemen back, plus a solid crop of running backs, including Eric Stevens, Aaron Crawford, and true freshman Ronnie Daniels. So Tech should be able to run the football very well, particularly in this game on Saturday. Rice at Texas. Definitely going with the Longhorns here. And my one thing is pretty obvious. I mean, how far has quarterback Garrett Gilbert come in the offseason? Because, this is a guy that it took a while for him to even claim the starting quarterback position at Texas, coming off a miserable 5-7 season. How much has he matured there for the Longhorns? Tulsa at number 1 Oklahoma, going with the top-ranked Sooners here. The one thing I'm looking for OU is, how does the Sooners defense look without injured linebacker Travis Lewis? That's going to be a big blow, especially with a front-heavy schedule for the Sooners. But their defense, let's see how it looks without Lewis. Tulsa they historically, especially recently, have a pretty solid offense. So I'm going to see how the Sooners show up for that one. Sunday, one game, SMU at number 8, Texas A&M. I'm going to go with the Aggies in this kind of bizarre matchup considering what's going on with college realignment. You have SMU, which has openly stated that it would like to go and be a part of the Big 12 Conference. Then you have A&M, which just notified the Big 12 that it plans on leaving in the summer of 2012. So that's kind of the one thing I'm looking for here. Is any of this realignment talk a distraction for Texas A&M? Because this is a game the Aggies should definitely win. So I'm taking A&M in this one for sure at home. Those are the picks for Week 1. I'll be back on later on to reflect on these picks and pick a couple more every week here on Conference Chatter TV. So stay tuned for my picks and let your picks be known in the comments section as well if you have any thoughts of your own. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.